sawmill all together. We put everything back on. I made a few cuts without videoing. My apologies. I just kind of got excited and started messing with it. But it doesn't cut that straight at the moment, mainly because the old blade is on there from Lord knows when. I also have no clue how to saw, so that's the learning process. And these adjustments, only one of the bearings was picking up, so I adjusted it a little bit better so that hopefully there's a bit more tension on the blade to keep it straight, and I brought them in closer together. The track is now set up again. The old mechanism for lifting and lowering the blade, it got bent. It wasn't super straight. It wasn't keeping it bent, so I went down to Princess Auto and picked up some sprockets and new gears and welded everything on. So it was 60 some dollars and bearings and whatever else for that. Then I pumped the tires up with air. I changed the fuel filter and the power head. We got the new one in from Amazon. Those are like 30 bucks, by the way, in case you're wondering. And other than that, it's okay. Cut some awfully old lumber that I did with a chainsaw mill. So you can see this side's the chainsaw mill. This side's the bandsaw. And the bandsaw is much smoother, even though this thing isn't set up anywhere near where it should be or what it's capable of doing. It's still cutting a lot straighter than what the old chainsaw mill was, and it's like 1,000 times faster. I think this thing is going to be a real asset to us. I'm going to do a video here to show you as we cut through this next piece, but I haven't hooked the power feed up, so I'm just going to be pushing the I'm pushing the power head along to saw through it, because this used to run off an electric motor, and I hooked the sprocket back up and the mechanism, but I want to run it off of gas because this is going to be going into the bush to be used down there, and I won't have power there. So the way it works is the cable wraps around here through this pulley, out through this pulley, and then down to that tang on the head. The other end of the cable goes down all the way underneath the track to a pulley on the side. I'll show you up here. One there and one here, and it runs back down this track to this end of the tang. As the motor turns, it tightens like a clothesline, so this will put tension on the belt downwards, putting it one direction, and when you pull backwards, it puts tension on the other pulley, which spins it in the opposite direction with pressure, turning it the opposite way. So that's how the power feed works, but I need to get some adapters to adapt this spline shaft to fit the pulleys that I have, so that I can hook that up. So I'll hook that up Thursday. I guess I go to Princess Auto next. Anyways, I'm going to fire this thing up. I didn't hook up the electric start system he had because, well, number one, this motor is seized up. I was given a new motor to go with it, but I'm not sure I'm going to need to hook it up at the moment. I'll show you how it works though. So this belt sits on that pulley, which is attached to a drive shaft system that comes off the crankshaft of the main motor. You would plug the electric motor in, grab this bar, push it over to tighten that pulley, which would spin the assembly and kickstart that motor. I thought it was an ingenious solution for, not having an electric start. And if you don't have that, well, then you're kind of in trouble where you've got to climb up here and pull start it, or as you get older, you need to pull start it. So I figured we're going to leave that out of the equation because I can pull start it for the foreseeable future, Lord willing. Jenny's got the drone out, so she's going to do the rest of the footage of me trying to cut this thing on the drone.